What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today I'm going to talk about you have former Saints running back Mark Ingram signing with the Baltimore Ravens for 3 years, $15 million. And you also have former Atlanta Falcons running back Tevin Coleman signing with the San Francisco 49ers for 2 years, $10 million. And you have the Philadelphia Eagles hanging on to Nelson Agholor for a $9.4 million salary, which means we still don't have a running back. But I don't understand this. First, with Tevin Coleman, I kind of get it. He had a very, very productive year when Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator in Atlanta, and they went to the Super Bowl. So Tevin Coleman does his thing, man, and I get it. Shanahan kind of he look at Jerick McKinnon probably as like his Devontae Freeman, and he's going to have the actual Tevin Coleman himself. So I kind of get Tevin Coleman going to San Francisco. It's a good little fit for him. He's familiar with the scheme and the system. So I understand that standpoint. The Mark Ingram thing, man, it's a couple of things that come to mind when I see Mark Ingram signing with the Baltimore Ravens. 3 years, $15 million, yo. Ingram is worth more than $5 million a year, man. I think Mark Ingram has a terrible agent. Yo, Mark Ingram, if you looking for an agent, holla at your boy. Because, for that price, you could have just stayed in New Orleans, man. I know New Orleans had $5 million to get you. I really was thinking you was going to get probably $10 million on the market, man. Mark Ingram is a really good running back, yo. He's a bruising, powerful, physical running back. He could catch the ball out the backfield really good, and he got a little speed with him. So say he's a real featured running back. Yo, he made the Pro Bowl year before last, man. I had Ingram in fantasy 2 years ago, and once they got rid of Adrian Peterson, he took off, man. I know they got Kamara over there doing his thing, but Ingram took off, yo. And I'm like, man, the Saints couldn't give Ingram $5 million. That ain't nothing. And then for Baltimore, they got the best bang for their buck. Because let me tell you something, in Baltimore, they gonna run Ingram into the ground, man. They gonna run him in the ground, man. With Lamar Jackson right now, they don't have a passing game. Everything, they're gonna run Ingram into the ground like one of these superstar high school running backs that get the ball 35, 40 times a game, man. Baltimore is gonna run Ingram clean into the ground, man. For him to go over there for $5 million, that's kind of surprising to me, man. I really thought Ingram is I know he had the little minor suspension last year or whatever, but I mean with Bell, I'm not saying he's a Le'Veon Bell, but you can make the argument that Ingram's more powerful than Bell. And you can make the argument he's a little faster than Bell. Now, granted, he's not as good of a receiver as Bell, but he's a good receiver in his own right. And I don't get it, man. Ingram could have got more money than that, man. That's nothing, man. He's a much better running back than Tevin Coleman, and him and Tevin Coleman got the same amount of money pretty much, man. That don't make no sense, man. $15 million over 3 years? Nah, bro. You need a new agent, man. What gets to us, man, I like Nelson Agholor, man. I really like Nelson Agholor. But you mean to tell me we kept Nelson Agholor at over $9 million when we could have get Ingram for $5 million? That's not what's up, man. That's not what's up, yo. We could find another slot receiver, man. If worst case scenario, we could just put Jordan Matthews back running in the slot. Worst case scenario, we could probably coach up Mac Hollins to run a little bit of slot. Now, I know Mac Hollins not as quick. He got more long speed than short speed. I mean, it's plays where you could put Deshaun in at the slot and let Mac Hollins play on the outside. Or you could find a rookie that you see that got good elite quickness with good good at catching the ball and train him to play the slot, man. Now, we need a running back, man. What's the use of having all these wide receivers if we don't have nobody to turn around and hand the ball to, man? When you look at it in the playoff game against the Saints, who we had out there? We had Alshon Jeffrey out there. We had Jordan Matthews out there. We had Nelson Agholor, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Golden Tate, all these receivers, but yet we scored 14 points. Majority, why? Because we couldn't run the football. When we had the 14-0 lead, we couldn't run the ball and control the clock. We didn't have a running back. Come on, man. Like the best thing for us to do now, man, is probably go get LeGarrette Blount and probably draft somebody in the 4th or 5th round, man, to make that our little combination, bro. But I don't trust none of these rookies, man. Like in the 1st or 2nd round, I don't trust none of them, man. Unless we have a top 10 pick and it's a difference-making type of running back, which I don't see none in this draft, man. I see some solid guys that could go along with another solid guy to have a good committee in the backfield, but I don't see a difference-making running back, man. We either need a difference-making running back or 2 solid running backs, yo. Best thing to do now, go back, try to get LeGarrette Blount and draft somebody in the 4th round, man. Don't spend that 1st or these 2 second-round picks on a running back, man, because I don't think any of these guys are worth that, yo. I really don't. It's a little frustrating, man, because I know last year, granted, we didn't think J.J. was going to get hurt. And J.J. got hurt, man, which left us, kind of stripped bare at the running back position. Josh Adams is just a tall, lanky running back. He's not very good, man. He don't have no vision. Corey, I like Corey, especially his rookie year, but Corey have a knee injury he coming off of. Not to mention, Corey not really that elusive like that. Like, if you get him out in space, Corey is great at running screens, man. Corey kind of reminds me of, like, a Pierre Thomas when it comes to catching screen passes and running with it. But running him by the line of scrimmage is not his. That's why he was so good in the Super Bowl at catching the ball out in space. He's not great at handing the ball off to and getting him to make people miss and stuff like that. Wendell Smallwood, he has straight line speed. He doesn't have any wiggle or any juke moves or anything. It's just get him in a straight line and he can run a little bit. So, like, we need to get Blount back, or we need and find a good young running back in the 4th round or something or the 5th round or something like that, man. Because it's disappointing that, man, we could have gave Ingram $8 million and let Agholor walk, man. And we would have been straight. Yo, if we can't find a slot receiver, man, put Jordan Matthews back at the slot, man. All you really need from your slot receiver is when it's 3rd down and 5, somebody that could get you 6 yards, man. And he got so much space to work with. You could go run to the right, you could go to the left, you could go straight, you could run it in. Just somebody who understands the concept of routes and could get you 6 yards on 3rd and 5, man. That's all you need. You don't need nobody to come out there to be super spectacular, man. That's all you need, man. So, Howie, man, let's go fix that running back position, man. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Eagles and NFL content, man, throughout the season. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.